I'm John Corfian. I'm the Vice President of Creative here at Universal Studios Hollywood.
John, how long did this vision take to come to reality? Talk about the process of all this stuff.
Well, for me, it all started about 7 years ago. We went over to Kyoto, met with Nintendo, but it actually started about 2 years before that with our creative teams down in Orlando at the Creative Studio and our Advanced Technology Group, and with, again, our partners at Nintendo. And then it was just a case of, how do we best use our toolkit of what we do and also learn from Nintendo how they make games and bring it all to life.
Yeah, I mean, you have the movie coming out, the Super Mario, I keep calling it Super Mario Land, Super Nintendo Land is opening tomorrow. Talk about how would this relationship form and how does it continue to grow as you work with Nintendo on these projects?
Well, I can't say everything that I know about the future, but I'm going to say it's going to be growing for quite a while. It's a tremendous partnership, and it was such an honor to work directly with Miyamoto-san on everything and his team. And of course, we brought all of our talent that we could possibly muster to bear to bring it all to life.
Now, specifically, you have one ride here, which is the Bowser's Challenge. Can you talk about what went into designing that ride, and did you use your engineers, a combination of Nintendo engineers as well?
Well, what we did is we tried to figure out conceptually first, of course, what was the best way to bring it to life. And of course, total immersion was the goal, and basically immersing our guests in new environments. And in this case, what better than a game, because it is totally immersive.
Well, what used to be here? How did you guys, it amazes me that you had room for this at all. What used to be on this location?
Well, actually, we had a couple sound stages here, and we rebuilt a couple somewhere else to make room for ourselves. But you see, what we were able to do is actually let this space work for us because it's incredibly separated from everything else. When you come through the warp pipe in here, you don't even think you're at the park anymore. So it's incredibly isolated, but yet immersive and activated.
Did the stay-at-home orders and the COVID in 2020 that affect the development of the park at all?
It affected us a little bit, of course. I mean, we had some things to overcome, but our team did a great job. And again, Nintendo was right there to support us, and here we are.
You have these power bands that you can go around the park. Again, it's more than just waiting in lines and going on rides. You're actually interacting with the physical things in the environment. Talk about how that idea came to fruition.
Well, much like a game, the first time you turn on any game, there are no rules. You can kind of go where you want, as opposed to you go through a queue line and go into an experience. The same applies here. As soon as you come through that warp pipe and come through Peach's Castle, you can go wherever you want. You see a little stairway that maybe not have a sign on it, and you go up there and you explore an adventure, and you discover these great tap points or punch blocks or interactive games you can play, and it's all about discovery. And that power band also works on the ride as well, on the Mario Kart ride. So you can track your score, and you can go on over to our leaderboard and see how you're doing against the best competitors of today.
So Super Nintendo World Japan has already announced a Donkey Kong Land expansion. You guys are running out of room back here. Is that something you guys want to do out here if the park proceeds well and gets more visitors the next couple of years?
Well, there are no current plans for that, but of course, I'm not going to say what could happen. All I can say is the future looks really bright.